Okay, we have offensive coordinator Chad Scott. Questions for Coach Scott, Greg?
Chad, keys this week. What do you guys have to do well?
We got to establish a run early. We got to play with tempo. And we need to be able to take shots downfield and complete them.
Well enough this past week in all those phases?
We did it. The first half, we did it phenomenally well enough. In the first half, we did. And it worked for us, and it was really good. Thought it caught defense off guard. It was easy for us. It was tough for them, and created a lot of space to get our guys in space to make some plays, and guys made some plays early on.
Some of the issues in the third quarter, those 3 possessions the defense gave you.
Didn't execute. I mean, really just didn't execute at all. Had opportunities, and we didn't capitalize on opportunities.
You talked about those 3 things you needed to do this weekend. Really, Garrett provided a lot of that. You know, 22 carries, 100 yards, get some big plays. But he doesn't seem to have a lot of fear, especially like here's a guy who's hurt for 2.5 weeks.
Right.
He could come back and play hesitantly. There's no hesitance in this guy. How important is that kind of boldness when you're coming back and you having to do what you need to do?
Well, that's huge, you know, because he impacts the other 10 guys in the field around him, and when they see him playing the way he plays, and that's why the guys, I commend them. We did a phenomenal job continuing to fight all the way up until the last play of the game when he threw the touchdown pass to Cole Taylor. So when he plays with energy and confidence he plays with, it inspires the other guys around him to play, you know, with the same level of confidence. Just got to be able to execute when it matters the most.
He really just has kind of that ability for dynamic, you know, just that dynamic play, whether it's that big run or, you know, throwing that ball downfield. He just kind of brings that kind of. You also talk about explosive plays. He brings that explosiveness.
He does. He really does, and I mean, he makes it go. Ain't no question. He's the reason why we're in there. You know, he gave us big chance to go out there and win the game, and so. Like I said, we just got to keep him going in that regard. He's obviously a huge spark, and, he affects a lot of people on defense. You know, a lot of the runs that we created, even with the other guys on the field, was created because the eyes were on him with the success he was having. So, like I said, we just got to continue to do that, and just got to be able to execute when it matters most.
I think it was 61 maybe, 39 pass attempts, 22 carries maybe for Garrett. Mm-hmm. Is that the number you think you're going to need to have? Is that maybe too much? Is that right? Is that just what the game presented itself?
That's just what the game presents itself. You know, it's not a certain number we go in and say, we want him to get this, we want him to get that. We just want to be out there and go and establish the run and control the possession of the game. And then really for him, obviously he had the poor decision late, but for him, wanting him to be able to see what he needs to see progression-wise, and if it's not there, don't make a bad decision. Roll out and extend the play. And sometimes what he's doing a good job of is when he rolls out, he at least keeps his eyes downfield where he's able to find guys. And there's certain times where he throws the ball where he should run the ball still. He should have a couple more carries if he just, take off and take what's given to him as opposed to throwing the ball downfield.
First half, it looked like if he'd have taken off, he had a clear touchdown.
Absolutely, and he did. That's 2 or 3 times, so he could have a couple more, with that. We playing teams nowadays where they drop an 8. Some teams they figure they just drop 8 and cloud the window, and make it tough for him to throw the ball in tight windows, and they open up a lot of space underneath. And he did a good job checking the ball down, time or two, and the other times he took off and ran the ball. We need that. That's good. Extend drives, extend plays. It puts It's a disadvantage defensively. It's a call they can't create.
You guys occasionally go into a 2-back set. CJ often is the lead blocker there. How good of a lead blocker is CJ?
Oh, he's a great lead blocker. He does a great job. He does. And those guys been able to see the protection and get out and route helps us a lot too. And that's a personnel where both of those guys got a unique skill set to run and block. So it's not one where those guys get in, he gonna run it, or this guy gonna go out for a route. So it's a good wrinkle, and it's a way for us to find ways to just continue to get the best players on the field too.
Chad, as someone who spends a lot of time with running backs, obviously, what makes R.J. Harvey so hard to tackle, so hard to contain?
He got phenomenal balance. He got phenomenal contact balance. and has great vision. And he does a great job of setting up his blocks. Those would be the three things I would say. He does a great job setting up his blocks, got phenomenal contact balance, and great vision. Tough tackle.
Did you have to say anything to the team at all? You're big on motivational speeches. What did you say to the team this week? What's the mood of the team, especially with Ray's injury as well?
That was just perseverance. We got to be able to persevere this week, and we got to let our mind be stronger. Our mind got to be stronger than our feelings. The feeling when we're not where we're supposed to be, when we're not playing, up to our potential, is to sometimes, give in, stay in the bed, feel sorry for yourself. And so your mind has to be stronger than your feelings, where you go out and you persevere and have a winning mentality, and the winners, come out with the mentality that their mind is stronger than their emotions and their feelings, and we go out here and get the job done. And offensively, I think that guys have that mindset. Like I said, I like the way they finished. We kept fighting. Wish we could have capitalized on the opportunities we had in the third quarter. But go out here and do little things right, let their mind be stronger than their feelings, and come out here and get it done. We need to play well again and execute when we're supposed to.
Trayland, how much does the offense change? Who has to step up without him?
It's not going to change. We need somebody to step up. Hudson he should be fully healthy now, and he had a phenomenal play last week as well. So he'll be healthy, and obviously Preston Foss been playing phenomenally well on special teams, and he's performed really well in the past offensively. So we need him to step up, and it was Justin Robinson to continue to step up, be consistent for us, and then Jarrell Williams has practiced a lot and had a good practice the last couple of weeks. So hopefully he can step up for us. And then we're gonna find different ways to get Cole Taylor the ball. That just opens up more opportunity to get Cole the ball. He was huge in the game the other day. Had a lot more opportunities to get the ball the other day. So it also provides another opportunity for him to get even more touches.
Is there a mental challenge, I guess, when you score 28 points in the first half, but we're still trailing? I mean, how do you kind of prevent that from?
Nah, not really. Can I say this because I remember end of the last season, we had the mentality where we just need to get the ball one more time. And I felt like in that game, particularly the first half, man, even really throughout the game, that offensively the guys were just get us the ball one more time. I really felt like they just, we never got to a point where, if the other team scored, the guys were down, and it was like, oh, man, I always felt like they just get us the ball one more time. We maintained that attitude the entire half. So I was really proud of the guys, because that was an emotional loss for the guys. I felt like, with just being home with families around, and, phenomenal showing from the fan base, and with the way we strained. I thought we strained really well. I thought we really physically played really tough. It was, I thought, some of the guys, the way they prepared for that particular game, it was an emotional loss for them. So I commend them guys for, continuing to fight. But I feel like they just had the attitude where just giving the ball one more time, we go do it. So it's almost as if we ran out of time. But again, that just those 3 drives in the third quarter.
Along those lines, the onside kick, I think a lot of people may say, well, they just want another shot at the defense, but it seemed like they knew they were going to need points against the offense the way you all were going.
I felt like we really had them in the bind offensively, and I felt like they was trying to. I felt like coming in, they didn't see us playing the way we played offensively. We played really fast. One of the first times we played the way we played like that this season. And I felt like during that particular time, because it really made no sense to kick an onside kick at that particular time. But I feel like they need to still a drive to keep our offense off the football field. Last couple of weeks, like particularly the week before with the Cincinnati game, we only snapped the ball, I think 44 snaps on offense. And so at that particular time, we was getting the ball, quite frequently, was moving the chains, and it was tough for them to stop. So I feel like they had to still a drive, and so that was good for our offense to see as well, to see teams try to do things like that to keep us off the football field.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
You're welcome. Thank you all.